Like, if a guy signs up for your program, how often can he do an event to get that social calibration he needs to get?
So having like 4 girls over to drink tequila and play with your cats while you watch a Harry Potter marathon is an event.
Yeah, so like,
So
but
the answer is
so almost
infinite.
every day if
The answer is infinite.
they do everything right.
If you were to look at my life before, so I used to throw a bunch of photo shoots. I don't anymore because I got guys in every city who do it, and I just recruit for them. So I would say a photo shoot every 3 weeks, an event with either Teatro or Babes in Toyland at least once a month. And then my podcast, I consider that an event now because it's 10 girls and 2 guys that come to every podcast now.
What do you think about a guy though, like that does, all of it that way versus a guy that goes and spends nothing, like every time, like every day, every other day, spends as much time just around women as much as possible, just being around them, but not like doing events or anything.
You don't have to do the events. The events were a way for you to. So the thing about it is, if you guys had a guest list for the Maxim party, you could message the hottest women you've ever seen in your life, like hyper stimulated women.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, so I'm friends with Abigail Ratchford. That's a great example. Abigail Ratchford has 10 million followers, something like that. She's a huge model. I know her in a way to where I wouldn't try to hit on her. I see her like a friend, but more like a sister. Does that make sense? She's just like, I'm not saying she's not stunning. She's one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. Same thing with Lindsay Palas. Whenever Lindsay Palas walks in the room, she's the most beautiful woman I've ever, like, she doesn't even look real. She looks like a cartoon character, but I'm not attracted to her for whatever reason. I just don't know why I can explain it. So because of that, I'm friends with her. She's introduced. Lindsay Palas has no idea how many women I've ended up hooking up with because I'm friends with Lindsay Palas. She has no clue. We just walk around together and she's got her arm in mine and every girl is staring at me. Right. So when you have that type of situation, I see those girls, and if I can get those girls, if I can get used to being around them to where my palms don't sweat, my eyes don't dilate, my autonomic nervous system doesn't fire, then what happens is when I meet my dream girl, because Kylie had all the things, she's as attractive as those girls I just mentioned, if not more. But in addition, she had other things that I wanted to, like loyalty, and like she wasn't so distracted by the world. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because after they start taking their career so seriously, they won't ever take a man seriously.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the issue. But like when I found that's the thing I was looking for. But the only way for me, this is going to sound really shallow, but the only way for me to get to a point where I wanted a beautiful woman who was worth a shit was for me to be able to fuck a bunch of beautiful women who weren't worth a shit and be able to tell the difference. But the only way I was able to get to that point is because 25-year-old me just saw a big pair of fake tits and I was like, yes, I'm in, whatever that is. I don't give a fuck. She's a Democrat. She's a Republican. I don't give a shit if this woman is an atheist. I don't care any. She's convicted of murder. Don't care. When I was 25, for sure. But later on, when you've been with enough attractive women, you're able to say, okay, the beauty is not going to pull me in one direction or another. My girlfriend could be less attractive than she is now, and she'd still be my girlfriend. The beauty is not enough to pull me in one direction or another. It's these other characteristics that I can finally see now because I'm not blinded by the beauty anymore, the big tits and the blue eyes.
Yeah, I completely agree with it. It's just like those same beautiful girls. All I teach, if somebody signs up for my coaching program, is I just teach them how to meet those girls before they get to the highest tier of the fuck girl tier list. Because some of them start at C tier and they go up to B and they go up to A and then they go up to S. That's most of them. And I just want them to meet the girls when they're at the C tier before they become fuck girls.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna head up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was fun talking to you, man.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, definitely. Next time you guys come to town, let's all get together.
Yeah, dude. I'll see you later, bro. Thank you, Matt, for coming on, bro.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. Man. Thank you.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I just think I think you should. I think my ability to attract women and to deal with women became so much better after I had been with a number of beautiful women.
Yeah, so I'm not disagreeing. But this is what I'm so confused about, though. I'm not disagreeing. Everything that you're saying, we're the same, man. I've done all the same things that you. I have tons of friends that are girls, too. But the difference between me and you is all my girlfriends I have genuine, really, really strong relationships with because of just friendship, not because of favors, not because of like holding a competitions for them or anything like that. All of my relationships are completely built off of a real friendship. It has nothing to do with any type of like leveraging each other or anything like that. So that's what worries me is that, and I don't get me wrong, I think that is everything that you're doing. I 100,000% support so much because these guys need it more now than ever before. This is just the one thing where I'm just like, I'm worried about those girls that are on the higher fuck girl tier list and these guys running in because you can do the same thing. You can be around a shit ton of women, have a shit ton of friends that are women, but also be in a completely different environment where they're not nearly as finessers, like trying to get stuff out of men all the time.
Sure. I think because we have so much accountability and the entire group for MOA has meetings 3 times a week for 3 hours at a time, men will bring up these stories where she said this but did this, and
they don't get
fucked up.
And that's good then, because that's the biggest thing, bro. Like because I see it all the time with my group of guys, and they always fuck up, and it's just like, y'all don't understand that if you go here, you do this, you don't even have to deal with the fuck shit though. And it's also a numbers game. They say, like, when you deal with girls online, when you deal with model, like those type of people, there are a certain type of people. Like you always say, your friends don't use dating apps. You know, they date in the real world.
Yeah, too attractive to do that. The other thing I'll say is like Kindly Myers and CJ Sparks are legitimately my friends.
Yeah,
they're not my friends.
Yeah, and I see that too.
Because I'm not trying to sleep with them secretly. Yeah. They're not. It's not like that. Same thing with Katie Moore. There's a bunch of girls. Kayla.
I wasn't trying to say that you don't have genuine friendships, because I do see that you have some super.
Some
genuine
of the guys
friendships.
can't have genuine friendships, and so that is an issue. But the finesse thing, I would bring it up if it were a problem. So that theoretically, I can see what you're saying. What I'm saying is, from our standpoint, we are so good at pointing these things out to guys, because rule number 1 in Men of Action is we don't listen to the words. We only pay attention to people's actions. Yeah. And so because of that, it's never been an issue. And the other thing is with these guys is because they're always constantly showing, we believe in, BBD, bigger, better deal. We're always using the whole bigger, better deal. Women use the bigger, better deal principle against most men. Oh, I'll go out with you tonight, but I'm going to stand you up because there's a party in Drake. There's the concert with Drake, and I'm going to go there and say, we use the BBD principle in our favor.
Yeah.
So we are the BBD.
Yeah.
That's what our events are.
Yeah.
So because we are the BBD, what'll happen is, whereas most guys are like, please date me, please go on a date with me. What we do instead is, hey, we're going to have a bikini competition for $130,000. Somebody else is sponsoring it. You don't have to come if you don't want, though. It's not a big deal. Yeah. You don't have to come if you want. And then there's photos showing the most stunning women you've ever seen smiling at the bikini competition that are noticeably more attractive than the girl we're messaging. And they're like, fucking shit, bro, I have to go there.
FOMO.
3 ways to get girls to come to your events. Always, it's vanity, guilt, and FOMO.
Yeah, FOMO.
So that's what we teach. And it's one of the first modules in MOA. We teach vanity, guilt, and FOMO. So that's essentially where that comes from. I'm just like,
I like that. Everything that you answered perfectly. The fact that y'all sit there and drill into them to make sure that it doesn't happen, it's perfect. Then everything's perfect. Then as long as you do that, I have no worries about it then at all. But you do have to drill into their head. Don't fucking be stupid.
What did it say? Brandon Carter and I, we were sharing this meme or whatever, and it was like happy Pride Month to all the guys who took their cheating girlfriends back.
Oh yeah,
that's fucked up.
No, for real.
Hey y'all, Sergio here. I just want to mention I've created a completely free guide that shows you exactly how I went from having low confidence and being painfully awkward around women to easily meeting and dating numerous high quality desirable women in real life without the use of any dating apps or social media. So if you're struggling to get out there, if you have approach anxiety or don't know what to say or how to interact with women to make them want you, and are sick of using dating apps with low value girls that hundreds of other guys have been chatting with, click the link in the description below to grab your free guide right now. And if you want private mentorship with me personally to help guide you every step of the way in this process, check out my mentorship program in the description too. I would be happy to help you reach your dating goals and overcome any obstacle you may face. And trust me, if I can do it, you can do it too. I hope to see you soon. Peace out.